Hi, how are you today? I feel like I'm sideways or crooked. I don't know. Do I? I'm out of alignment. I don't know because I need to call the chiropractor. How are you today? I am enjoying, oh my gosh, one of the most beautiful days ever. And yet I know there are people not that far away who are up to their eyeballs in snow. How crazy is that? I guess it's that time of year. So I want to say happy spring to you. And I'm very interested. What is your favorite season? Let me know by typing it in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. And if you want to, go ahead and tell me why it's your favorite season. But I love spring. I love summer. I love fall. I'll deal with winter as long as it's sunny. So, I like them all. Wherever I can see color and vibrancy and have a little bit of warmth, I'm happy. So welcome. I am Daphne Smith with Well Done Life. It's good to have you with me today. Felicia, I see you like winter. Winter is a great time of year to bundle up with a hot cup of cocoa in front of a roaring fire. So great job. Thank you for sharing. And Dawn, welcome. Good to see you here with us today. I just asked everyone to type into the comments what their favorite season is. And I'd love to hear from you. Let me know what your favorite season is. And I want to start today, like I always do, with a shout out, with some gratitude. And I'm not going to name anybody in particular. I'm going to actually give a shout out more to a type of person, okay? This person, or for me, it's a group, because y'all, if you've watched it all and you know me, I'm kind of high maintenance. It takes a lot. I want to give a shout out to my truth tellers. And a truth teller is someone who is willing to be honest with you. They're willing to be honest with you in love. And I'm not talking about a cheerleader, okay? Although sometimes a truth teller can be an encourager. I'm not talking about a yes woman or a yes man, somebody who always agrees with you. I'm also not talking about the negative Nelly. You come up with an idea or you share a dream and they, throw water on it and douse out the flame. I'm talking about those people who care enough to push me to be my best. And I am so blessed to have truth tellers in my life. I hope that I have recently given each one of them special gratitude so they know who they are. But I got to tell you, if you don't have any truth tellers, get some, okay? These are those people, like I said, who are willing to be honest with you, who want to encourage you, who hope that you are growing. And because of that, they themselves are growing. And that's why and how they can pour into you. And I hope that you are a truth teller for someone else. There's an expression, if you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. Well, it doesn't have to be mean, doesn't have to be forceful. Sharing the truth in love is what makes you a truth teller. So I want to give a big shout out of gratitude to all of my truth tellers who help me become the best version of myself and to push myself just a little bit farther. So without further ado, although I do want to say thank you, Dawn. You're a winter, spring kind of girl. I'm right there with you. And thank you for letting me know what your favorite season is. And actually, I'm interested also because this video is going to be shared on my YouTube channel. And I think you can even watch it, the replay on Facebook. Oh my gosh, Teresa, how are you? Great to have you with us. I was just asking everybody to please type in the comments live or replay. So if you're with me live, thank you. type that in the comments. If you're watching the replay, thank you. Type that in the comments. And also be sure to share this with somebody who may need to hear the message. And here's the message for today. I want to talk about disappointment. Maybe not a fun or popular topic. It is, however, part of life. And that's why I want to talk about it. Great to have you, Lisa. Thank you for hopping on. I've been focused all month on hope, right? Because it's March, and for those of you basketball fanatics, it's March Madness, and it's spring. It's time to maybe change out your closet, change out your footwear, get those toes painted so you can start showing them off in sandals. And when I thought about the month of March and the theme I wanted to talk about today, hope is what came to my mind. And recently I learned that whenever we get stuck, it's a good way to break through by thinking of the opposite. So all month long, I've been focused on hope. And the opposite of hope could be considered disappointment, or disappointment could be considered the opposite of hope. Now, for those of you who've watched me for a while, you know, I'm a bit of a word nerd, and so I look things up, or I share with you the Latin root of words. So I really wondered, you know, what is disappointment? Because it can mean different things to different people. The actual Webster definition of disappointment is the non-fulfillment of expectation. Pretty simple, pretty clinical, pretty easy to understand. It's whenever we have an expectation and it's not fulfilled. Now, sometimes that comes from an expectation that we have for and with ourselves. Sometimes it comes with or for an expectation we have with others or in a particular situation. But what I want to talk about is, what do we do when we experience disappointment? And when is the key word here. It's not if, okay? Disappointment, as I mentioned, is a way of life. Well, cancel that. It doesn't have to be a way of life. It is a part of life. Now, if your mindset is that disappointment is a way of life, that's going to be another talk for another time. Private message me. We can have a conversation. Disappointment is part of life. So it's not if we're going to be disappointed, it's when we're disappointed. What do we do? How do we recover when we are maybe expecting a certain promotion or opportunity and it doesn't come to pass? What about when we are hoping for a certain diagnosis and we get something that we weren't expecting? What about dinner? You know, my husband's coming home and I'm expecting him to grill tonight. If he doesn't, there will be disappointment and hungry people. What about in gift giving? Have you ever hoped for one particular gift and then received something else? I know that for me, there was a time when I had asked very explicitly and very specifically for a particular gift. And I asked my husband for it for Christmas several years ago. It was really the only thing I wanted. And truth be told, he didn't get it for me. It's not what was under the tree. And at that point, I had an opportunity. I could either hang on to that gift, the one he got me, which was not at all what I asked for. And every time I looked at it, have a little bit of resentment. Or I could just suck it up, stick it away, never look at it again. Or I could say, you know what? I appreciate the thought. This isn't what I wanted. I'm going to go exchange this and get what I really hoped for. And that's what I chose to do. Okay, so this isn't a matter of being grateful. This is a matter of saying, hey, this is what I wanted. I got something different. And how do I move on from there? And that is one of the keys with disappointment. We must move on. When we stay stuck in disappointment, we wind up spiraling downward or sideways. I don't know about you, so I'll just talk about myself. I can get really down. I can go really deep and dark if I stay stuck. And so something I have learned along the way and how to deal with disappointment when it happens is a little phrase, even though. Even though an event, an opportunity, a relationship, even though it didn't turn out the way I had hoped or I had expected, I will fill in the blank. The key is even though. Not but. I'm disappointed, but. All right. The word but eliminates everything you said before it and discounts it. The phrase even though sets us up for a rebound, sets us up to take that next step so that we don't stay stuck. And when we use the phrase even though, we become aware of our choices. And from those choices, we can have hope. So I want to encourage you today that if you're currently dealing with a disappointment, or perhaps the next time that you do, maybe it's a vacation you wanted to take and it got rained out. Again, maybe it's a promotion or something you wanted to share with somebody and maybe go shopping. I mean, the situations are limitless. You can come up with all kinds of ways to be disappointed, right? It kind of depends on mindset. It depends on hope. And I dare say, if you've never been disappointed, or you know someone who has never been disappointed, then they're not growing. Their ideas, their goals are not big enough for them to move into. And I don't want this to come across as judgment or come across as being negative. I really want to encourage people that when we are striving, when we are thriving, when we are living by design, when we are living a well-done life, we are going to experience disappointment. And when we do, even though we do, what happens next is what makes the difference. So if you got any value from this video, I'm going to ask you to type even though in the comments. Maybe that's the value for you. Maybe it's to have that tool so that the next time you experience some disappointment, you just think to yourself, even though the situation didn't go the way I wanted it to. Hey, Leah, how are you? I had somebody jump in. Got a little squirrel chaser there in me still. But even though you've had some disappointment, you can choose to get unstuck. Lisa, thank you for typing in even though. Everyone else who is watching this video, either live or replay, whether you love winter or spring or summer or fall, I hope that the very next time, and Felicia, good on you, thank you. The next time disappointment comes into your life, you pause and you think, even though, and from there, you have a choice. What are you going to do next? Hang on to that hope. Thank you for joining me. Live today as a well-done life. And remember, even though, and hang on to your hope. Until next time, Dawn, thank you. And yes, Share this with your kids, Lisa, whoever this message could resonate with. Share it, plagiarize my words, I don't care. My goal is for people to live by design instead of default. And disappointment is the fuel for default. Come on, let's quit living in default. It's a new season upon us. Even if you are up to your eyeballs in snow, it is officially spring. Have hope. Live with even though. And live a well-done life. Until next time, bye for now.